Have you noticed your Social Security check doesn't stretch as far as it used to? You're not alone. And today, I'm sharing game changing news that could put more money in your pocket. I've spent the last 2 decades helping seniors navigate their retirement finances. And what's happening right now in Congress is unlike anything I've seen before. This new bipartisan bill isn't just another minor adjustment, it's a complete overhaul of how your benefits are calculated. And it could mean hundreds of extra dollars in your monthly checks starting as early as next year. While the mainstream media is barely covering this story, I've dug deep into the 500-page legislation and discovered three major changes that will directly impact your wallet. The most exciting part, if you're already receiving Social Security benefits, you won't have to do anything special to qualify for these increases. But there are some important details you need to know about, especially if you're planning to claim benefits in the next few years. In today's video, I'm breaking down exactly how these changes could affect your specific situation, including the new calculation method that could boost benefits by up to 12% for some recipients. I'll also reveal a little known provision in the bill that could mean retroactive payments for millions of seniors. Yes, you might be eligible for back pay you didn't even know about. Before we dive into all the details, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement helps more seniors discover this crucial information. Drop a comment below telling me your biggest Social Security concern. I read every comment and use your feedback to create videos that answer your most pressing questions. Now, let's get into these exciting changes that could transform your retirement. Let's dive right into the heart of these monumental changes that could reshape your retirement landscape. You see, what makes this bill particularly noteworthy is its comprehensive approach to addressing the long-standing issues that have plagued Social Security for decades. The first major shift comes in how the cost of living adjustments, COLAs, will be calculated. For years, these adjustments have been based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or CPIW. But here's the thing, this index doesn't accurately reflect the spending patterns of seniors, especially when it comes to healthcare and housing costs, which typically make up a larger portion of your monthly expenses. Under the new proposal, the calculation would switch to the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, or CPIE. Now, this might sound like just another bureaucratic change, but let me tell you why it's so significant. The CPIE specifically tracks the spending patterns of Americans aged 62 and older, which means it better reflects your actual cost of living. Based on historical data, this switch alone could result in COLAs that are zero point 0.2 to zero point 0.3 percentage points higher each year. While that might not sound like much at first, over time, it compounds significantly. For someone receiving the average Social Security benefit of $1,827 per month, this could mean an additional $440 per year, and over a decade, that adds up to thousands of extra dollars in your pocket. But that's just the beginning of what this bill proposes. Another groundbreaking change addresses what many experts call the widow's penalty. Currently, when one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse often faces a dramatic reduction in household Social Security income, sometimes losing up to 50% of the combined benefits. The new bill introduces what they're calling the Surviving Spouse Protection Act. This provision would ensure that the surviving spouse receives at least 75% of the couple's combined benefit amount. This change could be life-changing for millions of widows and widowers who currently struggle to maintain their standard of living after losing their spouse. Let's talk about another crucial aspect of this bill that hasn't received much attention in the media: the changes to the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and Government Pension Offset, GPO. If you've ever worked in public service or have a spouse who did, you know how these provisions can significantly reduce your Social Security benefits. The new bill proposes a complete overhaul of these rules, potentially restoring thousands of dollars in benefits to public servants who have seen their Social Security checks unfairly reduced. Speaking of fairness, let's discuss the retroactive payment provision I mentioned earlier. The bill includes a look-back period of up to 12 months for beneficiaries who may have been underpaid due to administrative errors or delayed applications. This means if you've been receiving benefits for years, the Social Security Administration will review your file to ensure you've been receiving the correct amount. If they find any discrepancies, you could be eligible for a lump sum payment to make up for past underpayments. One of the most innovative aspects of this legislation is its approach to the earnings limit for seniors who continue to work while receiving benefits. Currently, if you're under full retirement age and earn more than $21,240 per year, your benefits are reduced by $1 for every $2 you earn above this limit. The new bill proposes gradually increasing this earnings limit and reducing the penalty rate, making it more feasible for seniors to continue working without sacrificing their benefits. This change acknowledges the reality that many seniors want or need to continue working past retirement age, and it removes one of the major financial disincentives for doing so. The bill also addresses a growing concern among seniors: the impact of inflation on their benefits. Beyond the improved COLA calculations I mentioned earlier, there's a new provision that would establish a minimum benefit level tied to the federal poverty line. This means that no senior who has worked and paid into Social Security for at least 30 years would receive benefits below the poverty level. This change could be particularly significant for women and minorities who often have lower lifetime earnings due to wage discrimination or time spent out of the workforce caring for family members. Another exciting aspect of this legislation is its approach to caregiver credits. For the first time, Social Security would recognize the economic value of unpaid caregiving work. Under the new system, individuals who take time out of the workforce to care for children, elderly parents, or disabled family members could receive credits toward their Social Security earnings record. This change acknowledges that caregiving is vital work that shouldn't result in reduced retirement benefits. Let's talk about something that affects many of you watching: the taxation of Social Security benefits. Currently, up to 85% of your benefits can be subject to federal income tax if your combined income exceeds certain thresholds. These thresholds haven't been adjusted for inflation since they were established in 1984, meaning more and more seniors are paying taxes on their benefits each year. The new bill proposes indexing these thresholds to inflation, which would reduce the tax burden on millions of beneficiaries and effectively increase their take-home benefits. The legislation also includes provisions to strengthen Social Security's long-term financial stability. It proposes gradually raising the cap on earnings subject to Social Security taxes, currently set at $160,200. This change would only affect about 6% of workers, those earning more than the current cap, but would significantly improve the program's financial outlook. The bill sponsors estimate this change alone would extend Social Security solvency by approximately 25 years. Here's something particularly interesting for those of you who delayed claiming benefits to maximize your monthly payment. The bill includes a provision that would increase the delayed retirement credits for those who wait beyond full retirement age to claim benefits. Currently, you earn an 8% increase for each year you delay, up to age 70. The new proposal would extend this opportunity to age 72 and slightly increase the percentage earned each year. This change reflects increased longevity and provides more flexibility in retirement planning. Let's discuss the implications for divorced spouses, as this bill makes several important changes to these rules. Currently, you must have been married for at least 10 years to claim benefits on an ex-spouse's record. The new legislation would reduce this requirement to 5 years for those who can demonstrate significant financial hardship. This change recognizes that divorce patterns have changed significantly since these rules were first established and provides better protection for those who may have been economically disadvantaged by shorter marriages. The bill also addresses a growing concern in our digital age: the protection of Social Security benefits from fraud and identity theft. It includes funding for enhanced security measures and establishes new protocols for verifying identity and preventing unauthorized access to benefits. Additionally, it creates a rapid response team to help beneficiaries who become victims of identity theft or fraud, ensuring their benefits can be quickly restored. One of the most forward-thinking aspects of this legislation is its recognition of changing family structures. The bill expands the definition of family members eligible for various benefits, including same-sex spouses, domestic partners, and in some cases, caregivers who aren't biological relatives but have served in a parental role. This modernization of the program better reflects the diverse ways that families support each other in today's society. As we wrap up our discussion of these comprehensive changes, it's important to note that while this bill has bipartisan support, it still needs to clear several legislative hurdles before becoming law. However, the broad support it has received from both sides of the aisle, along with endorsements from numerous senior advocacy groups, suggests it has a strong chance of passing in some form. The key now is for seniors to stay informed and engaged in the process, making their voices heard to their representatives about the importance of these reforms. So, what does all this mean for you specifically? Well, depending on your individual circumstances, whether you're already receiving benefits, planning to claim soon, working in retirement, caring for family members, or dealing with any of the situations we've discussed, these changes could significantly impact your financial future. That's why it's crucial to stay informed and understand how these potential changes might affect your personal situation.